thank you.
Yeah.
If I was 7, it'd be a different story.
Alright. And then here you go.
Yes, ma'am.
And
A loudspeaker. I hope you can hear me. Just got out of getting my second dose of the vaccine, and it dawned on me when I started recording for it that I'm wearing the same shirt I was last time. I'm not trash. That was 4 weeks ago. I just like wearing shirts. It was just the first one in the closet. Don't judge me. Last cut-in of the day, I think, but today we swapped our service to T-Mobile, and even though they do provide 5G out here, but my device doesn't support it, but even their 4G is better. For comparison, before we swapped, those numbers were 1 and 0.8 respectively. Fuck you, Verizon. Good evening. Ow. I don't know why I said ow, that was my ring. So, yeah, as you can tell, today was productive. We swapped our cell service. I'm now fully inoculated. Got my second shot today, as you saw. And the rest of the day I did as little as possible because I was tired. But all in all, it's a good one. The service is already noticeably better, which I wasn't expecting. And we do actually get 5G out here. Well, I mean, I don't. I don't have a device. You know, when I was last upgrading and picked the 10 Plus, I specifically picked the one that did not have 5G because it was like something like $80 or $100 price difference, and I figured we're probably not going to see Verizon bring 5G here in this phone's lifetime, so you know, why spend that extra money? And now I'm kind of wishing I had, but at the same time, even the 4G service is several times better than it ever was with Verizon, so big old middle finger to them on the way out. Other than that, I finally found a program that allows come on brain, that allows the Switch Pro controller to be read as X input so that it's easily recognizable by most games. Now granted, this wasn't a huge deal because Steam was natively recognizing the Switch controller, but now I can use it for things outside of Steam, such as Genshin Impact, for a big example. Half of the reason I quit playing that is, or half the reason I didn't pick it back up once I had my Bluetooth adapter, is I could not get my PS4 controller to connect, and I've just given up on that. I think, like, I don't know where the fault is, but it's not worth the headache. And especially since my Switch controller was already working natively for basically every other game but that. And also, you know, other things. Emulators. I don't know why I'm being vague. I do know I'm being vague, but it's not that big a deal here. Yeah. Those. And this particular, well, just like, basically it's DS4 Windows, which was the DualShock 4 thing, but for a Switch controller instead. It reads gyro for CMU, and I'm just if I ever take the time to really get it set up, I could get it working with Citra as well, I'm sure. Which could be interesting for future randomized things. But yeah, today I just kind of chilled. I'm really burning out on the last remnant to the point where I actually took a break from it this evening, and
if I pick it up tomorrow, which I'm pretty sure I will, I'm just gonna try and finish it. Because at the rate I'm going, if I don't, I won't. Because like I looked up New Game Plus and it resets more than I would like. Um, like I was hoping it would be either or when it came to character level and equipment, but instead it's neither. um, like you do keep all your money and all of the components you have, so early on you can get some decent equipment. But like a lot of the menial stuff doesn't carry over like I was hoping it would. Which I mean, it's a double-edged sword because on one hand it means you can reap, you can like double dip on benefits of completing certain things, but on the other hand, things like guild quests, one of the biggest things you get from them is formations, which do carry over. I need to clarify if your party size carries over, because if it resets me down to next to nothing, then I'm definitely not interested in the New Game Plus. But because like where it is now, I just want to finish the game, and if for some reason down the line I ever come back to it, you know, I'll do New Game Plus because. But like a lot of times with games like this, I like to at least start a New Game Plus to kind of see where it's going and see if it hooks me enough to want to see what I can like in Blitz at the time. And sometimes those stick and sometimes those don't. The notable times they do stick are usually Persona games, because while they reset your level, they don't take away your equipment, and there's not like level requirement to equipment. Plus, you get to keep. You do at least get to make sure your main character is kind of a powerhouse, because most of their stats are based on the personas you fuse, and you get to bring over your catalog, so you can, once you have money, which I think carries over, but don't hold me to that. Actually, it might not. I don't remember. But once you have the money to buy, I think it does. Yeah, I do think it does. So like, you buy some of your best personas from your first run, or the best personas if you're on like your second or third run, because you probably got some solid ones at that point. So you know, you have your one character who's a powerhouse, the rest of your characters who are half powerhouses, because while their stats are back down to nothing, they're using in-game equipment. You know. But like, you know, even then, you're still probably going to get some kickback from or at the very least, it's not going to be an easy ride the whole game. It may be for a while, honestly. Like I remember it was for Persona 5. It was an easy ride up until a little past the halfway point. And then it was like, alright, I've actually got to start playing this game again, because I'm not just one-shotting everything anymore. That kind of stuff. You know, I can't remember how sore my arm was the first night last time, but it doesn't feel as sore this time, which I've heard both ways, that the second shot hurts less, the second shot hurts more, the second shot is the same thing. I'm paying more attention to things like congestion, but like I'm pretty sure my throat's messed up because I was laughing really hard at something earlier, and that usually gets, like, I'm always like a feather, just one small thing away from a full-blown sinus infection at any given time between the months of October and whatever, like between October and when the pollen finally settles in spring. So I imagine at any given time there is a thin lining of crud, of congestion in my chest, and laughing gets it stirred up for the rest of the day. So I'm pretty sure that's all that is. But of course, I'm like, is it a bit? I feel fine. I really, really do. I'm tired, but it's the tired time. So that being said, I am gonna go ahead and call it, because tonight is the night I'm gonna have to render this twice, which is half the reason you don't see as many inserts anymore. Because I have to put it all together and do a pass, but I can't change the resolution when putting it all together. So I have to stitch it all together and then get it another pass to cut down the resolution, because it literally cuts the file size like in half, if not a little more. Like, we go from 6 to 8 gig files down to 2 to 3 gig files. So anyway, I'll catch you all tomorrow. Good night.